The replay on Facebook, welcome. If you're watching the replay on Periscope, welcome to you too. And if you are joining live, it's great to have you. It's another beautiful day in Asheville, North Carolina. You can see the sun shining through the tree there. It feels like fall or autumn, as we say in British English, but there's not a cloud in the sky. 20 degrees Celsius, and I've had a great day so far. I'm going to turn on my camera. Hello, good to have you all here. So again, if you're watching the replay, it's great to have you on the replay. Today, I have something very special to share with you, and I've been wanting to do this for quite a while. Luckily, my wife is here.
Hello.
So this is Kate, and Kate, introduce yourself. Tell everyone what you do.
Hello everyone. I'm Kate. I'm Jack's wife, and I am a middle school teacher. I teach English literature to middle schoolers. So my students are about 13 years old, turning 14, and we have a day off from school today. So that's why I'm able to be here out on the porch on a nice fall day.
Yeah, so it's Veterans Day today. Hello everyone, how are you? We are doing very well. Nice to meet you. Good afternoon, Jack and Kate. It is nice to meet you. That's Marcelo.
Thank you.
Hello from Russia and Istanbul. So yeah, today is a national holiday and there is no school. So Kate has a day off. It's been wonderful so far. We went to a tea shop. What kind of tea did you get, Kate?
I got masala tea, which has, it's a black tea with a lot of different Indian spices in it. It was really delicious, and I had it with honey and with milk.
Yeah, and I had pu'er, which is like a very good black tea. Good weather, yeah, nice to meet you too. Is it Veterans Day? It is. Yeah, today is Veterans Day in the US. So there is no school today. And it couldn't be any better. So hopefully Kate's going to join us on future scopes, but it's just great to have her here today. And I thought the best thing we could do is to open it up for questions. So do you guys have questions about British, American English? Any questions for Kate, for me? Just send them in. A lot of people are here today, which is great. This is Kate's first time on Periscope, so she's enjoying it.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's strange to see myself, though.
Yeah. So, question here: are you English?
No, I'm American.
Yeah. So Kate is American from Connecticut. I'm just going to explain a couple of things to Kate, so you can see the comments coming in here.
Oh wow, neat.
Marcel says it's cool to be able to hear both versions of English. It can improve our listening.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then you can see the hearts flying up here. That's when people tap their screen to say they're enjoying it.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. So guys, just
Good to see that.
tap the screen. Let's see lots of hearts come in, so you can see them coming in. Angel, if I remember correctly, you're from France. Agrees with Marcella.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's great for you guys to be able to hear British and American English at the same time. We are hoping next year to provide something very interesting, I guess, which will be based on American and British English. Quick question, have you been to Turkey?
I have been to Turkey. I went to Istanbul for about a week when I was in university.
I've never been to Turkey, but Kate's talked about it a lot. Mustafa is saying he's from Turkey, or she's from Turkey, I guess. Yeah, Mustafa. Yeah, how old were you when you went to Turkey?
I was about 20 years old.
Okay, this is one for you, Kate. I heard an idiom, let live freak fly.
Oh, Oh, I think that idiom is "let your freak flag fly," which is I think it was very popular in the '60s, and it just means kind of not being afraid to be different and put yourself out there.
Very cool. I had no idea what it was. It's good to have Kate here. Yeah, people from Brazil are coming. Are you from Britain? So yeah, I'm from the UK, and
I'm from the United States. I'm American.
we both live in North Carolina. Have you already been to Brazil, Kate?
I have never been to Brazil, and I would very much like to visit. We have some good family friends that live there, near São Paulo, and I would love to go visit someday.
Yeah. I was in Brazil in 2007, but only for about 5 days, so I'd love to go back. Love to go back. You are great. I think that's for you.
Oh, it could be for you too.
Hi from Moscow. Anastasia's here. Are you a couple? Yes, we are married. We've been married for how many years? 6?
6 years?
6 years. 2009. Or was it 2010?
Uh-oh.
We can't remember. We always forget our anniversary. But yeah, we are married. Hi from Sochi. Hello. Good to have you. Hello from Peru. Good to have you too. Where in Peru are you from? Let me know. Keep the questions coming in, and it'll be great. Yeah, we forget about this. We forget about the year we got married. Anastasia's taking her master's degree in linguistics.
Wow, that's
Someone's
impressive.
From Lima. Heart's from, how do you pronounce that?
I'm not sure.
Antalya,
From
Turkey. From Sochi. Shame you don't know the day. Okay, languages. What languages do you know?
I the same as Jack. Jack and I have both lived in Spain briefly, so I speak some Spanish. I'm a little bit rusty, which means I'm out of practice, but I do speak some Spanish.
Someone's saying here, go to Foz do Igual? No, I'm saying that wrong. But I've been there. I've been to the Argentinian side. Cancer's here as well. Susu.
Hi.
Long-time follower of To Fluency and a To Fluency program member.
Excellent.
Someone asked if we have children.
We do. We have one son. He is currently 2 years old, and he is busy at daycare today.
Yeah, so he's at daycare. Yeah, it's a good surprise to have her here today. Yeah, so he's at daycare. Kate's got the day off work, and we've just spent the morning together in a tea house, and then at the local restaurant we have both had a salad. It's very good. It's very good.
Delicious with bacon.
Yeah, lots of bacon and other things too. Najeb asks, "How are you, Jack's wife?"
I'm very well. Thank you for asking.
We've got a surprise. Yeah, it is a surprise. Oh, here's a good question.
Yeah.
What would you advise? Which variant of English to stick to, and how to choose?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, personally, I'm going to recommend American English, and I think he would recommend British English. But I think it all depends on what you think will be most useful to you. If you're going to be exposed to more American English, or you want to travel in countries that have an American accent, I would recommend learning American English. And probably if you're based in Europe and have business contacts or friends who are British, it would make more sense to be exposed to British English. Although once you get to an advanced level, I think the distinctions aren't as important.
Yeah, that's the answer I always give too. What time is it there? Kate, do you have your watch on?
I do. It is 1:35.
1:35. Yeah, in the afternoon. It's just getting warmer and warmer. Just to let you all know, Kate used to teach English in a couple of schools in Spain. Do you speak Turkish? Do you know Spanish? We don't speak Turkish, but we podemos hablar en español.
We can. You didn't tell me you would be making me speak in Spanish.
No, I sometimes do accents here too.
Okay. Really?
I've missed some questions. Do you see British English as easy to understand for American people?
Um, that's a really good question. I think that the kind of typical Queen's English, that standard received pronunciation, is pretty easy for most Americans to understand
Hmm.
because a lot of British cinema and TV is in that accent. But I think that at the same time, Jack's accent is different. Not hard to understand. It's just different, and I enjoy hearing it. So it
Yeah,
can be hard for some people. People who have really thick American accents sometimes struggle to understand Jack.
yeah. I've modified my accent a lot too. One thing is as well, the standard received English or British accent, only 2% of the population speak with that.
Hmm.
Um, Someone asking about the methods you use in class, and this person's a teacher too.
Oh, interesting. The methods I use in my class or the methods that
Yeah.
Jack uses? Okay. So I teach basically English literature. So that's everything, mostly reading, writing, a little bit of grammar and vocabulary. So we try to do a lot of reading as a class. And right now we're doing an exciting project where my students are putting on a trial, but a mock trial. It's not real, for the narrator in one of our stories, the person telling the story.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So Kate teaches in the middle school. It's very intense, long hours,
Hmm.
lots of students as well.
Hmm.
Um, what do you recommend the most to improve English listening and reading? The best method I feel is to find an audiobook that you can listen to and read the book at the same time, and find something that you enjoy. The more you read, the more you listen to English, the better you're going to get. Um, Kate, what's that book called, if you can remember, that talks about reading a lot, and it's something that you like to do in class, isn't it? To give students
Uh-huh.
reading that they enjoy.
Yeah. The book is called The Book Whisperer, and it's really for people teaching native speakers reading. But I think it applies to other teachers and to ESL teachers too. And basically, her theory is that you give students the choice of what they want to read and give them time to read also, and just encourage them to keep reading and to enjoy what they're reading all the time. So that's something I feel very strongly about. That's why I'm a teacher, is to teach students to love literature and reading.
Yeah, and Dr. Stephen Krashen has actually, he recommends this book, and if you don't know who Krashen is, he is someone who is very big in language acquisition, and he applies the same methods to learning English, which is to read for pleasure and to do extensive reading, to read a lot. And that's what I base a lot of my methods on for to fluency. Out of the subject, but what are your favourite movies? What's your favourite movie?
Oh, that's a tough question. I'm gonna have to think about
Do you know
that
my
one.
favourite movie?
No, I don't.
Donnie Darko.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot of times. I've not seen it for a few years though. Um, I have problems with my exam listening, but with you, I can understand. Yeah, so with most exams, and it depends on the level. Um, Marcella has a great question here. I'll come back to that, Marcella. With exams, they are testing your comprehension, and usually it's different types of listening. So, conversation based, academic, presentation style, and this is more of a presentation style. So you will find there are different types of listening exercises in those exams. Saying, "Oh, I have to see it. I love Jake." Jake, how do you pronounce his surname? Gyllenhaal? Gyllenhaal? I forget.
I don't know how to
Yeah,
pronounce
I
it
just saw it
actually.
then and I couldn't remember. Jake
Uh-huh.
Gyllenhaal, I think. Um, Marcella had a question.
Yes.
Are students in North Carolina naughty? or are they respectful to teachers?
That's a great question. I um I would say that most of my students are very respectful, and they want to learn. But occasionally students make bad choices. So I have a couple of students who are still learning how to be young adults, and to be able to succeed in life by being respectful and learning. Mm-hmm.
And another question was, how is your working day? Do you work a lot?
I do. I do work a lot. So school starts officially around 7:30 in the morning, which is earlier, and I stay usually until 4:30 or 5 planning my lessons and grading papers.
Yeah, it's a long day. It's a very long day, and the alarm goes off at 5:45 at the moment. Hello everyone, nice to meet your wife, Jack. She's amazing. Thank you, Skypish.
Oh, thank you, Skypish.
From Russia. Victoria is her name.
Uh-huh.
I start 7 till 2. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so that's a different schedule.
Yep.
It's kind of similar to yours, but you have you stay later, don't you? And you have those hours after school.
It's my second year teaching, so I'm still figuring out my lesson plans and working every day on that.
Yep. Both of you are very kind and so helpful. Glad we can help. I learned to speak English first, but I still have problems with grammar and writing. Any advice? In Turkey, I work 20 to 30 hours as a teacher. That's cool. So if you still have problems with grammar and writing, you are not alone, because you never stop learning. You know, I'm constantly improving my writing and learning about grammar and making mistakes. It's the same for everyone. So you're not going to stop learning. And I think that's a wonderful thing. There's no end point. There's no finish to your learning. So it's just about enjoying what you do and to keep improving.
And as somebody who teaches reading and writing, I would also advise just the more reading that you do, the easier the grammar and spelling and writing will be also.
Definitely. I'm thinking about staying in my university after graduation as a teacher, but I'm too shy. Were you shy when you started? Were you nervous about teaching?
Absolutely. I think that just the first day of standing up in front of my students, we have an expression which is that you have butterflies in your stomach. And the first time that I stood up in front of, a class of 30 students, I had butterflies in my stomach. I felt that nervousness. But I think that it gets easier the more that you do it. And also just thinking about what you want the students to know every day helps me get up there and try to teach them and work with them.
Yeah, that's really cool. Do you have any speaking classes in your VIP course? What I do is a speaking evaluation where you record your answers to certain questions and then I give you feedback on this. So you send me your audio files and then I create a worksheet where I give you feedback and correct your English and tell you exactly what you should be working on according to this. I'm also afraid of making a mistake or not knowing something students will ask. What do you think about that?
My answer for that always is that if I don't know something, I don't pretend that I know it. I try to prepare myself as much as possible and anticipate or think ahead what the questions will be. But if I don't know something, I just tell my students that I don't know it either, that I'm still learning and I need to look it up. So they usually are pretty receptive to that. They like it to know that their teacher isn't perfect and doesn't know everything all the time.
Yeah, that's cool. Someone just said if you are nervous, just let your students talk, and it gives you time, I guess, to feel better about it. Victoria, being a teacher means giving a piece of your heart to every student of yours. That's beautiful.
It is.
Okay, well, I guess we'll call it a day,
Mm-hmm.
which means we'll finish this here. Thank you so much for these kind comments. Najeb, best for you, Kate. And yes, that's how you
Thank
spell
you.
the name.
Yep.
You guys have been amazing. If you're watching this on Facebook, please share. And I'll see you guys in the live lesson tomorrow. That's going to be on YouTube. Perfect. Alex from Brazil said you should both work together into fluency. I'm trying.
Thank you.
I'm trying to get her. I'm trying to hire her. You're a great match, guys. Thank you. Great comments. Thank you, everyone.